What's up, everybody? It's not for real. It's your girl Roicia.
Whoa.
So it's been a minute. It's been like 2 weeks. We have had some amazing, fun times, and it was necessary that we took a break and just to rest because we practice what we preach.
Yes.
Rest as resistance. And although we want to be consistent, we also want to take care of ourselves. So that's what we were doing. We also had some company over, family over, and just enjoying being in each other's company. Like, it was the best time. The cooking, the laughs, the games, the fun.
Yeah.
We had such a time. We also had our housewarming. Same deal.
Housewarming
Slash.
remnant gathering,
Yes.
Queen City. It was beautiful. We had
Blessed.
just organic church. You know, it's funny when you read the Bible, if you do. Most people don't. Statistics say there's so much biblical illiteracy. That's not what this episode is about. This episode really is about, just the state of the climate of relationships and community and why it's so important. So anyway, opening up our house and blessing our house to having like people here is just a beautiful thing. But every time, like, it didn't have to be a formal church service, a formal flyer or a website. Everyone was like, yo, we had church just naturally. And I'm like, and that's how it happened in the Bible.
That's the point.
Jesus was at a party. Somebody threw the roof off that mother. The roof. And they put a friend down who was paralyzed. That's why your friends, your relationships matter. People that have faith matter, because if it was for his friend's faith to tear that roof off so that Jesus could heal him. And he was. And they were at a gathering in a house. Jesus was his first miracle was at a wedding. So y'all don't know how to have church. You have to be the church. And that's what community is all about. And really, in the state of the world of what the climate that we're in, I believe it is spiritual warfare, not just mental. It is spiritual. And the reason why we don't understand what's going on is because we don't know how to, or we don't specifically identify we are in a spiritual war. If you don't understand that you are a spiritual being having a human experience, you will always think it's a financial problem, a mental problem, a physical problem, a sexual problem, a mental problem. Sometimes it's a spiritual problem. So, and we saw something online. That's what I want to get to. We saw something online that said this week, and it just really sparked me. It says, wait until you find out the fallen angels fell due to their lust for human women. And we know about in Genesis 6 about the Nephilim that fell and they wanted to procreate with women. And so they have this mixed DNA, which why we have giants in the world and remains and all those things. But it says, fast forward to today, society has a major lust issue. How do you feel about that? Now, I wouldn't say that the angels specifically, they did not fall because of their lust for human women. They fell because Satan took them. They fell of them. 1/3 of them, came with them. Mm-hmm. And so then when they got here, they started infiltrating. They introduced makeup. They introduced jewelry. They introduced all kind of deviant sexual behavior, which is why we see the things in the Diddy case. That is fallen angel, fallen world, fallen demons behavior. And some of you are in relationships with demons. And I'm going to just go ahead and say that. And you have to understand that we are spiritual beings, so the enemy would love to infiltrate your life with a man infested with demons so that you don't live out a full, abundant life for the glory of God. Because the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. John 10. But Yeshua came that we may have life and life more abundantly. And if relationships don't reflect abundance, and I've said this before, if they don't, they're from the devil. Cat said, let me remind y'all, It's God's side or the other side. And we can't deny that people who are truly godly, not religious, not churchy, have a love and a light that's different than other human beings. And I'm not ever going to apologize about it. Is there something different about me? Absolutely. The Spirit of the living God. That's what it is. My nature is to be like Christ, to love like God unconditionally, to forgive, to be kind. The fruit of the Spirit. That's all you got to do. Do a fruit check on people that are in your lives. And this is not just sexual relationships or intimate. It's platonic too. Because your demonic friends will have you in hell.
Or try to.
Or
so
try.
While you were talking, I was thinking about the conversation that I was having, what we were having when we first saw this, and it reminded me of like previous relationships.
Yeah.
That I had in the past, and my personal experiences within those relationships, and how these men navigated through me, with me, all of that. And sometimes when you're talking, like, people need practical examples, because when you speak, when you speak, yes, it's spiritual, yes, like all those things, but it doesn't resonate with people because they don't know how to take that spiritual application and say, how does this resonate with me in my life right now?
And
so
hold on, pause right there, and that's where the church is failing a lot of us, and has failed a lot of us, and religion effed us up, because it's just in the clouds and it's no practical day to day.
So that's what I want.
That's where you come in, and that's where mental health comes in, and that's why all of that should be incorporated in our faith practices.
Okay, so it makes me think about not only my situation, but my sister's, my girlfriend's situations, how they are the most beautiful human beings. They check the boxes, and they're still experiencing men who are just not at their level, don't want to rise to the occasion, don't have what they are needing and looking for, the consistency, the vulnerability, and all of those things. Now, when I think about the people in my mind prior to meeting you and why I said it was different, yes, you are a man of God, but also it is in the, and I'm a woman, so I can only speak for me having heterosexual kind of relationships. So yes, I don't know about, whatever else. So I can tell from my previous relationships, the ways in which men manipulated me, used me, gaslit me, made me think that there was something wrong with me.
Come on.
Used me, my body, my money, my resources, my friends. So when you say that like the devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy, then you're supposed to think, okay, well, there is a spirit in this person.
Yes.
There is a demon in this person operating.
Or demons.
Demons. And the things they say out their mouth, the way that they make me feel about them and myself are not good.
Yep.
So it's that simple. Like, honestly, it's that simple. And then it makes me think, how do I feel about myself when I'm with this person? Do I feel like I'm operating in my best self? Or do I feel that I'm being hesitant? I don't want to ruffle feathers. I don't want to express myself because I'm afraid of backlash. I'm afraid of confrontation. I'm afraid of what he might say, what they might withhold. I'm afraid that they will withhold resources and finances or the vehicle or whatever. So like that, in the spirit of control.
Yes.
And sometimes, most of the time, these people seek out the naivety, in people,
these
in
predators.
women. They are, they're
yes.
predators. They are predators. So the one thing that I can say when I'm thinking about that is, like, sex is at the center of it. Like, it's not God. It's not, like, that becomes like the center of your relationship. Much so, like Cassie and whoever else said that sex becomes the center of their relationship. Like they start doing all these crazy things because I want to show you that I love you and I want to meet your needs because you're important to me.
Right.
But it's manipulated in a way that is rooted in sexual deviance, lust, and never intimacy, never love, joy, safety. Like I can say that being married to you, I have never experienced safety prior to that. Like, and if you said this yesterday, or if you're not going to protect me and be a safe person emotionally for me, then you're not going to be a safe person sexually. You're not going to be a safe person physically. You're not going to be a safe person spiritually. You're going to use all of these tools as weapons to be able to manipulate women to get what you want.
And keep you in bondage.
So, yes.
Mental bondage.
So when we think about fuckboys and how that is literally how they operate, like, I don't talk to you for weeks and it's good morning, baby.
Yeah.
I leave you on red, or your birthday coming up, and dumb shit. So like women have now caught on to this behavior. Yeah. They want more consistency. They want transparency, vulnerability. They want men of God. They want y'all to rise to this occasion, but it's also like this goal, and the only goal is sex. And that is what you're talking about, the lust. Like all y'all want to do is smash. Like
touch my private part.
All y'all want to do is touch each other's private parts.
You want to touch where I pee at.
All the time.
All the time.
That's just the goal. It's a game. It's a game.
And everyone else that you see.
And so we were talking about this too, and this probably should be said in this, like, there are men, I saw this today, which is so sad because I knew it was coming. They did statistics that said 1 out of every 5 black men are gay, or secretly gay, or secretly desire men, whatever it is. I don't know how they did the statistics or the questions that were involved, but it came down to 1 in 5, which I still think is way too high. Yeah. But yes, because you know why? Because I know men who claim to be heterosexual, who I know have had homosexual relationships or, sex with gay men that I know and I love and trust. So I'm going to believe them. Yep.
All the time.
I'm going to believe them.
All the time.
And y'all don't know that women are talking to gay men, figuring this out, like
seeing whose husbands they sleeping with.
Husbands. You have, it's crazy. Anyways, and so I still think 1 out of 5 is too high. But so I say that to say it all points down to not necessarily like, I think we're past like the stigma of homosexuality and all of that. Low. But it was too low, sorry.
Yeah.
No, it was too high. I think it's like 1 in 3.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 5. Yes,
yeah,
yes, 1 in 3.
Way too high.
Okay, yeah.
I believe it's like 1 in 3, 1 in 2. Numbers. But this is my point though, because it is still rooted in lust. Yes. Because we talk about this often. Men who have high sexual sex drives, high testosterone, have lust, have all these things, who just want to bust a nut just to bust one, will do it with anyone who will let them. And it doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman. Yep. Typically, women are going to cost you more. You're going to have to put in a little bit more effort. You're going to have to wine and dine. You're going to have to schmooze. You're going to have to say good morning, beautiful, every freaking minute. But men who are also on the down low, y'all got men to men. Y'all can meet up in an alley, meet up in a bathroom, meet up in wherever. We have heard this story before. And smash and be on your way. Like there's nothing. It's
stories I've heard is crazy.
It's because it's the risky behavior and the desire and the sneaking around and the this and the that. And it doesn't matter the gender. That's all I'm trying to say. So it's like the lust is rooted in sexual deviance with anybody who is willing, and women are just less willing because they want something in return. Men to men, both on down low.
And what? Thank you, baby.
Sorry.
You said a lot, and it was great.
That is too much.
It is way too much.
It's part of the problem right now.
But it's not God's plan, and you're right. We can't just throw scriptures at this, and you have to deal with the problem. And it's like we have a pornified culture, and it's been like that for years.
Yeah, and it's everywhere. You said Twitter is like
Twitter is a
Pornhub or something.
You can't even open Twitter in public anymore. Like people you don't even follow. It's just porn that I'm like, of course Elon would do that.
That's crazy. Because sex sells.
And the free speech thing, it's just an open thing for all. So there's no regulations on it.
There's no guidelines.
And so
it's
now
literally free speech.
State by state is starting to regulate it, which is good. So you have to have an ID to watch it now. And where we live, I know they did that, and I don't know if it was Atlanta too, probably not. But so much that goes on. But here, the chakras, your sacral chakra, like the enemy wants to use and manipulate and contort. Your sacral chakra is where your genitals are. And if that has already been assaulted or abused or it's already blocked. And so the good energy that's supposed to come from that,
work its way up.
Through all your 7 chakras, the 7 deadly sins are also in alignment to that. So when you talk about gluttony, boom, here we are. Or what you think about negative thinking, that's your crown chakra. So the sacral is where, other than love, authenticity, sexual power is one of the most powerful acts you can do, which is why the Bible says that you become one. So how many ones do you have? And and I know, we don't need to talk about body count. Yes, we do. Because body counts are also soul counts. And spiritually transmitted demons are a real thing. And sometimes when you sleep with people, your whole life can change after that. And because you literally, STDs are parasitical, natural manifesting demons that are already in the spirit realm. It just manifests in your body. And women, the devil wants to infect your womb space and your sacral space. And men, you're doing the opposite of what God wants you to do. He wants you to procreate, not recreate all the time. You're supposed to recreate and procreate with the one that God has for you, women and men. We've been lied to. That demon of lust has spread. Children are being trafficked. Nobody gives a fuck about children being trafficked. They get rid of the Epstein list. Diddy don't get caught up on RICO charges because all these people are sexual deviants, and the demon of lust is running rampant from kids to old folk. In Phoenix, Arizona, the most STDs were in Sun City, where the seasoned folks were. STD rates, because Viagra, Cialis, all the thing, all the nature, whatever's in you is going to come out of you. So if you're a sexual deviant, no matter if you don't say you are, it will come out eventually. There are people who didn't know what husbands were doing. Listen, I can't tell you how many female friends I know that have divorced their husbands because their husbands were either promiscuous, you have no sexual discipline. And a man who cannot control his penis cannot control his life. And a man who uses it to control other people's, your life should be cursed. That is a problem. And God's it's going to come back. Anything you do, it's going to come back. So go ahead, baby.
Okay, so that's the part I wanted to also loop in, because I was with a young person Monday, and part of what I'm trying to instill in her is this, because I wish somebody would have told me this. And yes, you can have protection and STDs, and yes. Like, maybe you don't know what, maybe you do, I don't know. But I feel like people have a general sense or knowledge of what condoms are used for. But I was telling her, like, if somebody would have sat me down and said, like, if you have sexual intercourse with this other person, like, not only are you mixing bodily fluids and the possibility of getting pregnant, the possibility of sexually transmitted diseases, but you're also mixing spirit. Like, whatever energy that person carries, you finna inherit that. Like,
and that
however you act like, you finna inherit. So like
yes.
depression, anger. Yes. And so it brought me to, we were just having this conversation because I feel like, okay, you 14, you on your way.
Oh, yeah.
So the other part was, dang it, I lost my train of thought. But the exchanging, so people's mentality. So I was telling her, instead of these terms of like, oh, you digmatized, that's what we were talking about, being digmatized. And I was like, do you know what that is? Do you know what that means? And so part of what we see as girlfriends, and we keying and stuff, but it's actually not funny. Like, right. You are not thinking clearly because you are having sex with another person who is not good for you. And so you are making poor choices. Oh girl, but I this, but I that. But if you stop having sex with that person and start to separate, you will begin to see, what was I thinking? Why was I doing that?
He wasn't that cute.
He wasn't that cute. He wasn't that fine.
Smart.
I damn sure have said that.
Yeah.
And wasn't that smart. He was stupid. Like, why would I sit there and entertain? It's because you were having sex with them.
And
like, it's that serious.
And scientifically and biologically, it's because the dopamine, chemicals, the serotonin, the oxytocin.
It is literally a drug.
All of that is being dumped, the endorphins being dumped in your body to create attachment. And here's the thing. Because we have unhealthy attachments or no attachment style, we are still, not we, but y'all are still broken children exploring your bodies without being whole or emotionally intelligent or mature enough to have the discipline to say, I don't have to open my legs or stick my thing in everyone. Even Mike Tyson said he wished he didn't sleep with as much women that he did. He said, because you always are looking for pieces of yourself in every woman. That hit me like a ton of bricks because no man really admits that. I can say, I wish I was with one woman. Is it fun to say, oh yeah, I did all this? Say, yeah, but at the end of the day, what do you have but numbers? Numbers. And you don't want them numbers to be too high because everybody ain't marrying numbers that match. So, or numbers that are too high and yours are too low. Some people just don't do that. And you really have to be a secure and mature person enough to be able to have those conversations and talk about stuff so that you do feel safe. So you do feel seen. Because the sex that we had, tell me.
I was just about.
I knew it. I felt it. Come on.
I don't know. This is what you was going to say.
I don't know this. Go ahead. Talk about me.
One of the things that popped in my mind was, shut up, babe.
Yeah.
Shut up, babe. That I felt like, because we connect on such an emotional and intimate level, I felt like I was doing it wrong this whole time. I felt like I never had, but also,
say it. Finish your sentence. Come on.
What?
Say it. No. I told you it was going to come out one day. Tell the people.
I ain't never had sex or made love before you.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, because you know why? Because it's rooted in safety.
That's good.
Like, nobody has ever said that to me. Otherwise, because you know what made me feel? Because I feel so safe and loved and protected by you, it made me think that those previous experiences were like borderline like rape.
Yeah. And they were. Because
it's rooted in manipulation.
Yes.
Like, once you start to unpack, and I don't know, whoever, I don't care, but I feel like that's how vulnerable and honest we have to be with our young.
Grooming.
It is grooming.
Yeah.
With our young people, because now that I know the things, now that I know about psychology, I know about all the things, I'm looking back on these conversations and these arguments or these attempts and these things that are just like, you want to have sex to like end the argument, you want to have sex to get back on board or to come together. It's toxic, but it's also very much so strategic.
Yes.
And so when you start to unpack those relationships and those experiences, you're like, well, now that I know what safety, love, And intimacy feels like this over here kind of disgusts me. This over here feels very unsafe and seriously borderline rape, because you think about why, and that's why also with people who are like 40, 50 years old marrying, 19, 20, 22, it's still the same, because your brain, here it is, not even sociological, it's not about society, it is literally about how our brains are developed. Your brain is not at full max or maturity until your prefrontal cortex is fully developed to be able to make good critical thinking decisions, to be able to think about consequences. Like, I can't expect a 15-year-old to understand what consequences are if she's driving down 85 miles an hour. She don't know. She can't think that clearly. She's 15. That's why you're not supposed to give free reign to a 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old. You're just not, because it's impossible.
Yeah.
So I think about these people, these partners and predators who really just manipulate other women to be able to fulfill their lustful sexual desires.
Absolutely.
With little to no reciprocity. And they just keep you in these mind games. They get what you want. They tap in, tap out. Months pass. It's crazy.
It's narcissistic abuse.
It really is.
And that's what you need to call it.
It is
because that
narcissistic.
push and pull is purpose, and also with women is when they don't give you any, and then they do, and then you get stuck, and then you wanted it. So I went through that in a marriage. So it don't even matter if you're single.
It's like
the carrot before the horse, and you're like, oh, you're hungry. Oh, you want? Oh, okay. Let me satisfy. No. And then you're expected, oh, let me not cheat. Oh, let me not. And you're cheating yourself because you're getting played every single month, every year. You keep going through the sex.
And it's not supposed to be that. Sex is fun. It's
beautiful. You should be able to laugh and cry. And yes.
It's rooted in
what?
That sexual lust and deviance, because it's not
and
love.
And demonic intentions.
It's demons, because it's not love.
It's
it should
control.
Never hurt. It should never feel. Y'all know. I know y'all know. Y'all know.
Okay, so what would you suggest as we wrap up? What would you suggest to women? Well, okay. Now, looking at where you are now in our relationship and how you feel, what would you tell the younger Roicia to save her from years of wasted time, money, energy?
Well, first,
confusion.
I would say that you're still valuable, because I was a young child who was not protected. So because my body and my heart were not protected, I felt like I made choices that reflected, well, somebody already used and abused and violated me. Like, what's the difference if I like this person actually? So for me, I would start there and say, hey, you're still valuable, you're still loved. That was not your fault. You should have been protected. You were a child. You were not protected. So from that...
So you would go back to your childhood self.
Because it starts there.
Thank you.
It starts there. Because I know exactly when, where, why, who, what, how many times, all the things.
Yes.
And it strips little pieces of you away. So I would start there.
Yes, go ahead. Sorry.
So then moving into my teenage years, I would say I was actually like kind of okay. I wasn't really too crazy because I had a very great mom. But
I mean, you don't have to go through your whole life.
But I would say to my college Roicia self is stay focused. Even though I was focused, I felt like I was trying to be or have a relationship because I saw my peers were, and which is
distractions.
Which is
focus.
Still kind of like white women do it. White women go to college and find their husbands. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't want to demonize that, but I wish that I didn't allow myself to be distracted by what I thought college could be, should be, would be, because I saw my peers doing the same thing, But I wouldn't say that it was just like I'm going crazy, whatever, because of course I graduated with 2 undergraduate degrees.
Yeah, I mean, you
were
still focused.
I was very focused.
I mean, it's still college life,
But for me, I feel like the back of my mind, though, the only reason why I was engaging is because I felt like I wanted that love. Yeah. And mind you, I've had absent fathers throughout my
Yeah.
whole life.
Yeah, of
And
course.
I've had
you
men
had a
who
void.
were not safe for me.
Yes.
So there very much so was a void and a longing for connection with the opposite sex. Like, that's what it was rooted in. I was trying to be in love. These niggas was trying to smash.
Be in lust. And thank you for sharing that. And so what I would say from that is, to our audience, is you have to identify your void. And a lot of us have a God-sized void that only God can fill. And I know that sounds religious, but I'll tell you how you can do it. The kingdom of God is already in you. God said, Jesus said, Yeshua said, the greatest commandment is to love God and love others as you love yourself. The way you want to start experiencing God and start being whole again, start loving yourself like you've never loved yourself before. That starts filling your void. I have been in church all my life. Nobody ever told me that shit. And I say shit so that you can hear the emphasis of, hey, guess what? Love yourself like you've never loved yourself before. There is so much transformation and power in that the church never gave me.
That means
you
be
can't,
honest with yourself.
Yes, and say, this is my void.
This is
I
my
had
problem.
daddy issues, or I had a mother wound, or I had this. And what I would tell my young self is, Warren, marriage is not the epitome of Christianity. You don't have to be a young father and fix your family by making a family or doing what religion says and marrying a woman you don't know. You don't have to do that. You will be okay. Your life will be okay. You just be a dad. You don't have to marry a woman you don't know. That's what I would say. And, it's okay to have integrity even more, despite the pressure of the other pastors that you see living immoral lives. You don't have to be like them. That's what I would tell my younger self. But continue being a gentleman, continue loving, continue being your funny self and protective self. Because I've always been this. I've always been a loving person, and really my pressure came from.
If you hadn't been, I would be.
Well, yeah, you would. But like it's like, my pressure for sex came from kids older than me and kids that were abused and kids that were having sex at 12 years old.
Which is illegal.
Illegal. And they thought it was normal, and they used to tease me. And so, I ended up having sex at 16. I told you that. And felt horrible. And the girl was older than me. All of this thing could have been assault and rape.
Yeah.
Like, I just didn't know back then. And you're just trying to be cool and be one of the boys. And it's just like, it's just a slippery slope. But here's the thing. Even that same friend who used to pressure me, the first condom he gave me had a hole in it. And I almost had sex with this girl. And he could have gave me that to ruin my life,
Don't trust nobody.
That's what I'm saying.
Carry your own things.
Carry your own things, and really don't be sleeping with everybody. Like, it's too crazy. People are too crazy right now to be swapping spirits.
You know what's on the rise?
What?
HIV and syphilis. Like, what are we doing? Like, HIV. Yes, you can live with HIV, but do we need to be spreading
You don't want that. Or herpes. And
herpes.
I mean,
you never get rid of that.
Yeah, or anything, like, or a baby.
Or you're
or just hepatitis C. Or yes, you go.
What's the name talking about? She jumping on cars and doing all kinds of crazy shit. Like,
suicidal ideation for no reason. Like, because if a man enters your life and you start going crazy, a demon has entered your life. Not a man, but a demon. That's who entered your life, or a woman that is a demon. Because she demands from women. So
sad.
It is just ridiculous.
Protect your bodies, y'all.
Protect your body, protect your mind, protect your spirit, most of all. Protect your heart. And the Bible says, out of our heart flows the issues of life. So make sure that what's flowing out is good things. Make sure you are aligning your chakra centers. Make sure it's not blocked. I remember one of my energy worker friends, she said my heart chakra was broke or blocked because my heart was broken so many times. And then my gut I couldn't trust myself because it was so much betrayal. So it's like it's not just sexual, you guys. You know, sometimes it's just like people have used words to just scramble your mind. Spells, come on. And you can't even think straight. You can't even hear your voice. I was there. I didn't know how to hear my voice and trust myself. And therapy helped me get to the place. One of my therapists said, Warren, you can trust yourself. My last therapist, current therapist, when I see her, said, trust yourself, Warren. Nobody ever said that. They say, trust God, trust your plan. But no, I said, trust myself. And I'm like, damn. Wow.
You have the power to create the life you want to live.
And I'm so thankful for every person that God sent in my life to say, Warren, you can live a different life. You can change your life right now and become someone different. And guess what?
And did.
And that's why we started this podcast now for real. Because there has to be a point in your life. It's 7-11. It has to be a point in your life where you say,
me too. No.
I think I'm ready now. I've tried everything that I thought should work. And I don't want to be insane anymore. I don't want to keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over, expecting different results. Either I need to leave where I'm living, I need to change my job, my friends, my religion, my faith. I don't know.
Your family,
whatever your relationship status. Maybe you need to be celibate. Take the batteries out. It's okay to say I'm not okay.
Yes.
And I'm still fighting a void from my childhood. And God, I need your help. I need you to fill my void. And I'm sorry I've been feeling all of them, filling it with all these other things and all these other people and putting other gods before you. You are the most high God. You are I am who I am. You are everything. If I need peace, you said I am peace. If I need joy, you are joy. That's the kind of affirmations we gotta have with our God and with ourself so that we can have the most healthy relationships, because we cannot let the devil win with this spirit of lust. Our children are hurting, women are hurting, men are hurting, our society is hurting because we are not loving each other properly. And God left us here to love, and it's all
love.
For love.
It's all for love.
It's all for love, baby.
It's all for love. So we hope that this episode brings you closer to loving yourself, because that's the point. We want y'all to love yourself before you can love others. And that's your not for real moment.
And it's our shirts. These are our Wakanda shirts.
Forever.
You didn't say that. So,
I want to show it back.
You do. Turn around. Okay. Don't show your booty, though.
Oh.
Yeah,
nice.
there you go. There you go. Wakanda forever, y'all. Yeah. They'll put your booty all up in there. No, you got to pay for that, okay? Like, we're going to start only church fans. That's what we're going to do. I'm just playing.
Not for real.
Unless you're going to do it.
Unless you're going to do it.